Hi guys. Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be discussing therapy. I'm just going to get into it because I know that you guys are not here for any long introductions. If you like my content, please like and subscribe. It really helps the algorithm gods know that we exist and we are Tatu. So today we're going to be discussing, do you need therapy? I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey, and hopefully all of my technical issues are working because they have not been working. But please let me know, if my audio is okay because, yeah, sometimes it's a little bit of a challenge for me to get these things started out. So, the name of this video, you're already looking at the thumbnail, is 6 Reasons You May Need Therapy. I was reluctant because of cultural and other reasons that that to accept that this might be the route for me to go, and it only got worse before it got better, and I decided that this was something that I needed to do. The exact incident that led to a 2 year session was I had some goal. I wasn't clear about the goals that I wanted to accomplish. I had some goals that were very lofty to me that I was not sure I should even want. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about goals and goals achieving for the rest of this month of August because it's my birthday month. Um, but I had been back and forth with a particular goal for over a decade. I mean, over 2 decades at that point, and I had no clarity as to whether or not I was going to accomplish that goal. And then once I made a decision about accomplishing that goal, I would start and then stop, or something would happen that would just throw me off, and I was not able to continue along the path that I set for myself. And so the first thing I want to talk about is motivation. What is your motivation? Are you motivated? And how motivated are you to do not just the goals, not just to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself, but also to accomplish other goals and to do like simple tasks like comb your hair, wash your clothes, clean your house or your apartment, or just get out of bed and get things done. Or find a job, take care of yourself, and maybe exercise more or eat healthy or go to that fancy restaurant that you've been meaning to go to. If you, simple things are not entirely um achievable, then it is time to probably look into why, and if it is something that is transferable in all areas of your life, then this might be a clear indicator that something is deeply wrong or something needs paying attention to. Let me not say wrong. Have If you have trouble concentrating and remembering things. So like I said, there was the exact moment in my life where I realized that maybe this might be something that I have to do. I had lost a bag that was very, very expensive that my husband had given to me. I think it was either for my birthday or for Christmas or Mother's Day. It was a gift from my husband. It was very expensive. And I was going somewhere on the bus, and I had my money, my ID, and my passport in this bag. So not just losing an expensive bag, but losing this expensive bag with very important documents inside. And I remember feeling like, why? Like I loved that bag, but how could I possibly, what exactly was going on in my mind that I didn't have the forethought to remember to bring it off the bus with me. And of course, being it something expensive and valuable, I never saw that. But the person who stole it also did away with all my documents. And what preceded that whole incident, getting all the documents replaced in the middle of a pandemic in a foreign country was a story in itself. But that was definitely a point in my journey that where there were several other instances leading up to that very similar instances or situations that led up to that were very similar, where I was forgetting, losing, or misplacing things that were important. And I was just like, this is not normal. This is not okay. What do I do about it? It might be very difficult to link the two things together, but if you find yourself in a situation where you are constantly, you know, some people feel like, okay, you need therapy because you're demotivated and you're not moving fast enough or moving at all. You might be stuck, but a constant state of go, go, go and moving fast, moving quickly can also be a very big indicator that you're not focused and you're not in the zone enough, because there's just too much going on and you need a chance to breathe. Why this behavior is taking place is is an indication that you need to probably sit somewhere and unpack as to why that is, right? I hope that makes sense. I feel like I just kind of rambled off of my script. Oops. Um, so you feel anxious and nervous at least once a day or at least once a week. So I know that's a very broad range. We all live in places and in time. We all have situations that make us a little bit more anxious and nervous than others. If we are in the middle of a life transforming experience, or if we are experiencing any kind of grave change, that nervousness and anxiety can be very common, so to speak. But if you find yourself going through this kind of feeling or experiencing this on a regular chronic basis, that might be also an indication that something might be wrong. I recently had spoken to a client of mine who was thinking that they had, which I'm going to talk to you about as well, feeling that they might have some kind of like a heart problem. Went to the doctor, there was no heart problem, and they were um, the prescription was that maybe they might want to talk to somebody in the therapy field or maybe a coach or something. The person was very reluctant to do so. Of course, especially with men, this is a very sensitive topic. And so he decided to do some amount of self-help work. I'm not going to get into how and what he did, only to say that um, anxiety can also show up as some kind of physical chronic illness that you may go to the doctor and find out, if you're really good, if you have a really good doctor, that it's not anything physically wrong with you, but just something that is in your emotional state of mind that might be causing a physical illness or making you feel like you have a physical illness. If you have that sense of feeling for a prolonged period of time, I would say like a month or two, then it might be a serious indication that there is something that's going on that this is a manifestation of. So you have either difficulty sleeping, not able to sleep, or maybe you sleep too much. um, Very clear indicator that something might be wrong. How do I know if I am getting enough sleep or if I'm sleeping too much or if I can't sleep? Well, everybody needs sleep. That one is easy to that one is very, very easy to detect. Like, okay, I need sleep, I'm tired, but I can't fall asleep. That's an indication that, okay, something's on your mind, maybe deep, deep in your mind, or something is keeping you up at night that maybe you want to address with someone who is a professional to help you unpack and deal with the situation so that you can get your rest, so that you are able to function properly. Maybe sleeping too much might be that you always feel like you're tired. And because you always feel like you're tired, you're not able to focus and concentrate on tasks that need doing, which leads me back to the first one about motivation. You rather sleep in than do things that you may have had an interest in. You rather sleep in than do things that you need to do, like eat or uh, wash your hair or brush your teeth or clean your house or experience nature and all its wonderful things that it has to offer, or experience friends or things like that. If sleep takes high precedent all the time, then that can also be a very big indicator that something could be awry. You have difficulty accomplishing your goals. So the reason why I wrote the last one as something separate from motivation and taking task or completing tasks can be anything that is either a necessity but not necessarily a must. Um, is either a must, but it's not necessarily a necessity. I'll give you an example. I've been giving examples throughout this video, of course, but just like chores and habitual things that need doing. Goals might be something like, okay, I want to walk 1,000 miles a day, or I want to finish 5 books in the next 5 months. If you find yourself not able to complete these goals outside of any other issue that might be financial or time constraints, then it might be an indication that there are some things that are blocking you, i.e., yourself. Now, if you've been on my channel for a couple of videos and you already know that responsibility and accountability is my mantras and motto. I don't really believe that there are outside forces that are stopping us from getting the things that we want. I think that we have more control that we would want to even admit to. And therefore, if you have difficulty accomplishing your goals, most of that difficulty is about your own making, and uncovering how you can take more ownership and responsibility for your future self might be an issue that you discuss with your therapist. Vetting your therapist is another video that I'm going to talk about later on, where when I get more into my therapy journey. But these 6 points, if you have half or more off this in your head right now, I'm saying like, yeah, that is me, that is me. If you identify with 3 or more of these points, then it is probably time for you to start vetting a therapist. I hope this information has been helpful to you. I know I went way over my mark this time, but I hope that you this has opened your eyes into something that might be of interest to you, and I hope that you can stay safe and stay free.